Hey, what's up, you guys? Coming back with another live video, and guys, I'm starting to get up. I'm starting to get upset. I'm really starting to get upset with you know a lot of my subscribers, many of which the people that email me aren't even subscribed to me. So if you're watching this live and you're not subscribed to me, please take the time right now and subscribe and make sure you like this live, right? Because it takes a lot for me to stop the day, go live, or record a video. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about it because I like to do it. However, I really, really, really want you guys to win. I really, really do. I really, really do. But the thing is, guys, is that for whatever reason, you're not finding it in your heart to, you letting COVID stop you, you letting what naysayers say stop you, you letting whatever situation stop you, and that should not be the case. It's more people making money now with this COVID stuff than ever before. It's more cleaning businesses starting up worldwide, countrywide for sure, domestically, every single day. They're getting their piece of the market share. Why aren't you? I'm gonna tell you why you're not. I'm gonna tell you why you're not. You're not getting the market share, your piece of the pie, so to speak, because you're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to put in the work. Guys, when I'm not on live, I'm not just hobnobbing or just relaxing or whatever the case is. Yeah, I have fun. I'm not a dud, right? I have fun. I do things. I hang out. Whatever the case is, I got fun activity that I like to do. But at the end of the day, I understand in order for the lights to come on, in order for this vehicle to take off and have gas in it, in order for me to dress fresh like I like to, or get my hair braided, or do whatever it is I want to do, I understand the only person that could ever stop me from starting up my own dreams and making it to the top is me. And when you figure that out, the only person that's stopping you is you. You would take off. You would take off. You watch your favorite rapper, your favorite entertainer, your favorite movie star, your favorite basketball player. Behind the scenes, guys, they put in work. They put in, yeah, you see the flash and the jury or whatever the case. Yeah, you see that. But at the end of the day, they putting in work. They putting in work. They putting in work. You absolutely have to do that, guys. I'm getting a lot of emails. People say, well, hey, Fabio, I watch your videos. I just discovered you today, or whatever the case is, or I'm not subscribed to you, whatever the case is. But I'm just not. I hear what you're saying in your videos, and it's doable, but I just can't get it to go. I just can't do it. You have to work. You have to work. I want people to stop telling me, well, I'm this or I'm that, or I'm handicapped, or I have a disability. I have this, I have that going. It's business owners out here that have a disability. It's business owners out here confined to wheelchairs. It's business owners out here that don't have nearly as much resources as you and I, but they still making things go. They believe in self. They believe in self. They investing in self. A lot of you guys don't invest in your business. You're not investing in marketing. You're not investing in buying vacs and foggers or whatever. You're not investing in yourself. I always say this in damn near every little motivational video that I do. 0 from 0 equals 0. You put 0 in, you get 0 out. And the stuff that I tell you guys, it's not something that only I know. Everybody knows this. Anybody successful know what it takes. They know it takes a lot of work, the sheer determination, right? They know they're going to have obstacles. But common sense is no longer common anymore. What I do is common sense. It's just not commonly practiced. What I do is common sense. It's just not commonly practiced. But I don't say, you know what, the COVID-19 or this Corona has got me in a crunch. I can't do this, so I'm not gonna go door to door. I'm not gonna put any marketing out. I'm just wait till Corona is over, and then when Corona is over, then I'm gonna go ahead. Fuck that. Excuse my French, but fuck that. And the reason being is because we don't know when really officially Corona is gonna be over. So you have to jump out there head first, and you have to get it out the mud. You have to believe in yourself when nobody else does. How am I able to get contracts and do what I get tired just like the next guy. Yeah, I don't want to be on the phones, right? Yeah, I don't want to be door to door. Yeah, it's a lot of things that I don't want to do. I'm trying different things every single week, every single month, trying just different little marketing tactics, different things. Some shit works, some shit don't. But I'm trying it. If someone introduced, and the thing about America and just even probably worldwide, the thing is we think everything is a scam. We think every fucking thing is a scam. Oh, I'm not going to invest in this coaching, or I'm not going to invest in this program. I'm not going to invest in this book. I'm not going to invest in this class. I'm not going to take this course. I'm not going to do. We think every fucking thing is a scam, but everybody else is making money from the same thing that we think is scam. College is the biggest scam. You spend many thousands of dollars, and you get out and your field doesn't even exist. It's not even a profitable field to be in. When you can have $1,000 and flip it in 90 days. You guys have to do the research. You have to be studying. People email me. I don't have a lot of time, to really sit and email people back. And we get swamped with emails, Jasmine, a lot of times. I mean, we get emails on some of the stuff that's just a Google search. That let me know that you guys are not in the field. You guys are not in the field. You guys don't want it as bad as you want to breathe. And I'm coming down hard on all 3-some thousand of my subscribers because I genuinely want you guys to win. But you got to have it in you. You got to know that you can do it. You can't just get on the phone and talk to me and I say, yeah, man, you can do it. Yes, sweetheart. All you got to do, sweetheart, is do this and you do that and you do this and you do that. And then you get off the phone and Fabio got me excited. And then you don't even begin the research. You don't even begin the research. The reason I win is because I put myself in a position to win. And I stay at it every single day. I got books galore in the back, right? So every little time I can get some reading in, I get some reading in. I got 2 phones, they both stay glued to my hip. But I'm always on Google. I'm always researching something. I'm on Instagram, or somebody then sent me a link to something. Hey, Fabio, take a look at this. What you think about that? At the very least, if I'm not interested, I take a look at it, guys. You guys are not even taking a look at it. I don't know everything that there is to know about commercial cleaning, and I never professed to know every single thing, right? It's a lot that I don't know. I'm steady learning. But if I don't put myself in position, there's no way that I'm going to learn. If I don't ask questions, if I don't take a course, if I don't utilize my mentors, if I don't buy a book, if I don't utilize YouTube or Google or whatever the case is. These guys, man, with this music here, right? So, like I say, I put myself in position, therefore I get a lot out. You guys don't put that much in, so you don't get a lot out. And you wonder why your business is not flourishing. As entrepreneurs, you need to assess a situation, determine what you can do, what you can't do. Don't worry about the can't do. Worry about what you can do and execute on that. And I'm willing to gamble. If you just do that, you will get some results. You will get, and then you just modify it along the way. So many people, they say, well, Fabio, you know what? I just want to do commercial. I don't want to do residential. And I totally get it. I totally understand, right? Residential don't sound the most fun, right? But when somebody asks me, Fabio, if you were to start all over today, how would you start? I say, well, it depends on my needs. It depends on my needs. If I need money right away, then I feel like the quickest way to get money right away is do residential. Now, I'm not against residential. It's just not my go-to thing, right? It's not my top thing to do. But if I had to start all over from zero and money was a factor, I feel like I could clean a few houses, generate an income, save it, and invest it back into my business to grow it into something else. But if I'm just working off of, I have the mindset that I just want to have, residual income. I just want to have that monthly cash flow. Then I will stay at trying to get commercial accounts, right? Because that'll give me the biggest cash flow, right? With the homeowner, it's up and down. We don't know if you can sign that person on as a contract and have them hire you weekly or bi-weekly or monthly or whatever the case is. We don't know that for sure. All we know is they want service today. They're going to pay for it today. We don't necessarily know what's going to happen after today. Now, I'm able to sign a lot of people on for weekly cleanings, but I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for a while. I don't get everybody, but I get a lot of them. Guys, you have to be able to take a risk. You have to be able to take a risk. I'm not making no money. Corona got me in a crunch. I got my stimulus, Fabio. I don't know how to, again, and I did a video on this. You guys could watch the channel. If I had to start a business with $5,000, I broke it down by thousands, right? What would I do with the first thousand? What would I do with the second thousand? What would I do with the with 3,000, with 4,000, with 5,000? How I would break it down thousand by thousand. A lot of you guys not used to getting that type of income, so it seems like a lot of money, which $5,000 isn't shit, really. I mean, it is when you don't have it, but if you get $5,000, it could go so fast if you don't know what to do with it. So that's why I did a video on if I was to have $5,000 in cash and I wanted to start a business and I wanted to, whatever the case is, right? Then I would break it down with 1,000. I'll see what I could do with 1,000. From marketing and startup costs, whatever the case is. I will see what I could do with 1,000 and see if I could flip 1,000 and turn that 1,000 into 5,000. Then I wouldn't have to touch the other four. Okay, well, maybe I can't do a lot with 1,000, right? So now I'm going to penny pitch and say, well, you know what? From the next 1,000, I'm going to use 250, right? 300. I'm not just going to throw the whole 5,000 at it, right? That's common sense how I would do it, right? Break it down 1,000 by, well, let me see what I can do with 1,000. I'm going to act like I don't have 5,000. I'm going to act like I just have $1,000, and let me see what I could do with that. Marketing-wise, startup costs, whatever I could do with it. I'm going to just act like $1,000 is all I have to start up my business. And the other four, I'm going to just hang on to that. I'm going to just act like I don't have it. I'm going to see what I could do. Again, a lot of what I do is common sense. It's just not commonly practiced. But you guys turn it into a big science project, a lot of you guys. Turn it into a whole project. A lot of you guys just not willing to do what I do, so you're not willing to have what I have. You're not willing to make the type of money that I make. You're not willing to have monthly residual income. And this is just me emailing back and forth. Yeah, you might have the image. You got the fancy email. You got the website, and you got the... None of that shit matters if you don't build no traffic. Okay, so you went to GoDaddy, you went to Wix, you went to WordPress, you got your website, you're fully operable. Great, you have your insurance. Okay, what's going to happen when it's time to pay the premium? You still at your current job, so you got to work your job just to pay for the insurance of your company. Yes, I'm really getting on you guys. And it's out of love. Don't take it like he's talking down or he's... It's out of love. I really want you guys to see. I'm probably on the internet, period, the only channel that really genuinely really want to see you guys win. I genuinely want to see. I have nothing to gain by hating on you. The market, the market is wide open. It's so big. So what are you guys going to do? What are you going to do? We're almost halfway through 2020. A lot of you guys are still stuck in a rut as you were in 2019, many of which I've spoken to you guys, and you still, it's just not on track. You still not, haven't got any momentum going. And I realize majority of the people that watch my channel, they're watching it for pure entertainment. When this video go off, he gave a great sermon today. He was very motivating. They're going to send me the email, Fabio, I love it today, man. You hit points. Man, you stabbed me right in the gut, and I love it. Great. But what did you do when I stabbed you in the gut? Did you go after it? Or did you just lay there and leak? Did you attempt to nurture the wound? Or did you say, he stabbed me and I'm going to just leak? I'm helpless. Probably a horrible analogy, but you get where I'm going with it. You have to do something, guys. You have to do something. I'm generating more business right now through the COVID-19 than I did previously before COVID-19 in 2020. I'm generating more business. You cannot tell me that it can't be done. I have contracts that's ready that I signed on by just doing a freaking fogging clean disinfecting. I'm talking about stacks of contracts that my customers signed on to, because I was not only able to fog them and give them great work, right? We very professional, but I was able to talk to them and tell them why it's important to upkeep this. Why it's important to upkeep this. Sanitation, disinfection, and disinfecting, commercial cleaning. Commercial cleaning. But you guys can do it too. Like I say, what I'm saying is common sense is not commonly practiced. I tell you guys, even some of the people in my coaching, which they piss me off. They piss me off because they paid me $1,000. We get on the phone, we talk for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Not all of them, because a lot of them do execute. But the ones that don't, you pay me a fucking $1,000. It pisses me off because you don't execute. You're not working as hard as you should be working. You have to eat, breathe, and shit this stuff, guys. It's a business. You can't treat it like it's a side hustle if you want it to be a business. You need to miss some cookouts, miss some drinkouts. We got to stay at home now anyway. People say, well, I got to stay at home. There's nothing I can really do. It is something you can do. Entrepreneurs find opportunity. They don't wait for it. They look for it. Entrepreneurs don't wait for opportunity to come. We know that it's not going to come. We have to go get it. We have to go and get it. And until you guys learn that and get motivated and say, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of not having cash flow. It's your fault. What are you doing with your time? We all get the same 24 hours in the day. It's not the 24 hours that matter. It's what you do with the 24 hours that matters. You have to maximize it, guys, because we can't get it back. When you don't see me on live or you don't see me do a video or what, I'm putting in work. I'm trying different things. I'm assessing different things. I want to help you guys. I try to help you guys. Whether you got a bid or you got an offer, right? You say, Fabio, can you help me with this offer? I help you with the offer. You're gonna get some you're not gonna get. We're not gonna win them all. But when you don't get an offer, or you don't win the bid, you win the contract, you don't get set back, you keep going. When you score your first contract and it's $1,000 contract or whatever the case is, great. You got $1,000 contract. You got a $2,000 contract. That should put more fire in your than ever before. That should put more fire in you than ever before. Because before you started making that $1,000 or got that $2,000 contract, you was hustling and bustling. You didn't think you could do it. You didn't think the business was for you. But then you land this contract, that should put fire in you that, you know what, if I could do this once, I can do it again. That was my whole mentality in February 2012. When I first started my business, you guys know my story. My first contract was $300. And I got people in my coaching running rings around me. $3,000 contracts, $2,500 their first contract. My first contract was $300. But that being said, that let me know that I can do this business. If I can do one contract and I can get $300 on one contract, that's some type of fire in me, letting me know that I'm able to get at least another $300 contract. So now my objective is, okay, how many $300 contracts do I need before I get to whatever that figure was at the time? And I stayed working. I stayed going at it. I became more determined than ever. I became more determined than ever. For an example, I tell you guys, so I received an email. One of the guys, that's in the coaching, he emailed me and he said, okay, Fabio, I'm looking for this particular, it was a fogger. I'm looking for this particular fogger. It's nowhere in my state. It's nowhere. I didn't look everywhere for it. Can you do me a favor? I say, what's the favor? They say, well, how far is such and such from you? It's in Michigan, but how far is it from you? I said, well, it's quite a bit of ways, but I can still get to it. What's going on? Well, the online portal, when I went to the site, it said it's available here at this store. It's in Michigan, but I don't want to order it. If I send you the money, Fabio, can you go and purchase this for me and then ship it to me? I'll pay for the shipping, Fabio. Literally, that's what happened. I said, sure, I'll be more than willing to do that. It was one of my coaching people. They were looking for a fogger, wasn't available, and they found it on the site. They put in different states or whatever. I don't know how they found it, but they said it was at this store. I contacted the store had it. They said they only had a few of them in stock. So he said, well, if I send you the money, can you purchase the fogger for me and then ship it to me? Because it's saying that it's not in my state and it's hardly, I can't get it, but I see it at this store. It says it's at this store. They have them in stock. And that's what I did. Now, if that's not somebody thinking outside of the box, I'm not even sure I would have thought to do that. Right? But when you want something bad, you do what you got to do to get to it. When you want something bad, you do what you got to do to get to it. That was very creative. I'm not sure I can't 110% say that that's something that I would have done. I would have probably said, you know what? Shit, I got to wait till we get back in stock, or I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to find this one way or another. I'm going to get this fogger one way or another. I'm not sure if I would have thought like, you know what, let me reach out to one of my coaching people and then say, hey, if I send you this cash, can you send it to me? But that's exactly what happened. Hey, guys, let's get likes on here now. Come on now. Let's get likes on here. Let's help this video become discoverable. I know it sounds like I'm being mean. I'm probably am because I want you guys to win. But you have to want it more than I do. I done talked to 2 people already that's not like in my coaching or anything. They're just subscribers to say, Fabio, You remember the time you said the pink slip, yellow slip, white slip? Yeah, I know about that. What's going on? Well, I lost my job. You lost your job? I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no choice but to hustle and hustle hard right now, Fabio. That was not supposed to happen to them. Not when your ass been watching my videos since last year. You became complacent. You became lethargic. You thought you had it in the bag. You thought you was going to be at your job long enough. It should have never happened. But I'm not going to beat you up while you're down. I'm going to still motivate you. I want you to win. Guys, let's get these likes up. Come on now. I want you to win. But see, you thought you had a cushion, and I keep telling people there's absolutely no fucking security in this country unless you create it. There's no security in this country unless you create it. You can't fucking depend on SSI or Social Security. You can't depend on it. Hell, my dad still worked today, and he's 80 plus years old. I have 11 other siblings, 6 girls, 5 boys, 12 altogether. Why is my dad still working? My dad didn't hit lotteries before. He done made big money off scratch-off tickets he didn't play before. But my dad decided not to save the money and splurge the money. Therefore, he's 80 plus years old. And I'm not to talk bad on my dad. But now when we have those one-on-one talks, I was telling my dad, you should save something, Dad. Get into a property, get into investment. Okay, now he has a few properties. He's a landlord now, right? He's a landlord now, but you got to deal with people. They don't want to pay rent. They don't want to, especially with this COVID thing, you can't really kick him out right now. They got this going on. This is the law right now. This is what they got in place right now. Luckily for his tenants, they still paying rent. I think one of them is not paying right now, but he's still getting that cash flow from the other 2 or 3 or whatever that's still paying. But my dad got in the game late. My dad had all the fancy type of cars I remember coming up. But my dad decided that he wanted to do what he wanted to do with his money. He was the parent. I am the son. He's supposed to know more than me. But as I was growing, I was getting hip. And I really took off when I got to college because it put me in a certain position where I was around people that knew more than me, that operated differently than me. Different cultures, different mindsets, right? It's always interesting when you go to college and somebody's from Africa and they telling you about Africa. You've never been there, but you're just intrigued. You talk to somebody that's from Japan or from China and they fluent in English. They sound better than you or whatever. And you look at them and you're like, man, you don't have like a Chinese accent or nothing nowhere. Like you're really fluent in. Yeah, I speak about 5 different languages. So, like I say, I really took off once I went to college because it put me in a different, talk to Arab people and Indians and different things like this. I consume majority of my day now with knowledge. I consume the majority of because I have a cash flow. I have my business running on autopilot. I'm only operating in the 2 states now, Michigan and Ohio, right? We know I sold the contracts in VAs just recently, had the acquisition in Georgia, so I don't have those accounts anymore. So I operate in Michigan and Ohio, but I bet I could come to your city. You can drop me anywhere USA, and I'll be able to get this going. Now, some markets is better than others, but you can drop me in your city, and I guarantee I'm gonna cause a reaction there. I promise you I'm going to cause a reaction. Because I know what I know, so I can take it anywhere. I know what I know, so I can take it anywhere. Again, guys, I want you to do well. I want you to do extremely well. But I can't want you to do better than you should want you to do. I can't want you to do better than you. than what you should want you to do. You got to want it more than me. If your excuse is money, you don't have money, then you must have the what? The time. Fabio, I don't like picking up the phones. You ain't got no fucking money. You don't have a choice. You have to make something go. Fabio, I'm not a people person. You better become one. Fuck. You better get on YouTube and get that looking how to become a better people person. How to become a better public speaker or whatever the case is. You better make shit jump. You don't have any money. Now, if you have a little money, a little budget you can throw at something, then bam, you can go ahead and get something going. Otherwise, you're going to be in that position now. Some of you guys work afternoons, you work mornings, you work midnights. I know because I get the emails. We answer emails. Hey, can we call you now? Can I call you now? It's like 12 midnight. Yeah, I'm at work. I go on break at 1 a.m. or whatever the case is. Call me around that time, 1 a.m. I done talk to people at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because I'm always up. I'm consuming myself of knowledge. And I'm in the daytime, I'm looking for new accounts. In the evening times, we're dealing with the existing accounts. I'm going to say that again. In the daytime, I'm looking for new accounts. I'm trying to acquire new accounts, get more contracts. In the evening time, I'm dealing with existing accounts. So that's like after 6 p.m., I'm with my employees. I'm checking in, making sure they got the uniform, making sure they're on point, making sure everything is good. Business is starting to pick back up. I'm still waiting on contracts to kind of fall in and go through the door, so to speak, to business to get back generating. Right? I got contracts we're just waiting on right now. We already did a disinfectant. We did a fogging job for them, and I was able to sell them on being their monthly cleaner. But it's still state mandated to the 28th of May. Businesses can't open up to the 28th. Some business, unless they're essential, can't open up until the 28th of May. So I have to wait at least until the 28th of May in my state before we can even get the ball rolling. And I'm excited as fuck because I'm just counting. I'm looking at the agreements, and I'm already tallying up with the calculator and everything. This is exactly how much that I just generated in contracts that we haven't even started working on yet. But what did I do? I put myself in position. That's why I did those videos. I was telling you guys how you could turn the fogging jobs into contracts. I spoke about that. If you missed that video, go and watch that video following this video. Some of you guys watch it, and I hear it a lot. I watch all your videos, Fabio, the old ones, the new ones. I watch it, I go back, but you're not doing anything. When you have to execute at the highest level. I know it's easy said than done. I know it's not like you can just get over here and boom, you make it happen. But you have to keep going at it. You have to keep going at it. While your kid's asleep, while your husband is asleep, while your wife is asleep. You have to keep going at it. You have to, when you get off of work, you don't have no time. You set the kids up, you get them straight, and you get back to work. I get most of my sleeping done on Saturdays and Sundays. And you better believe I live it up. I don't post as much. I got a few stalkers now. I had to deal with that, right? Locally, got some stalkers, so I got to watch how I move, right? So I kind of not to put as much on my other Instagram. I got 2 Instagrams, right? But it's, I'm not trying to get whacked or get somebody else whacked. You understand? So at the end of the day, I watch it how I move, but I live it up. Why? Because I work hard during the week. I feel like I deserve a glass of wine on the weekends. Sometimes I pick my mind and say, you know what? I want to get out of the city. I want to get out of Michigan. I go somewhere. I drive out. If I can't get a flight, I'm driving. If I can't get the train, I'll even take the Greyhound. But I'm going to leave one way or another. I've been denied hotels. They say, hey, we're not having any visitors here because of COVID. I say, great. Thank you anyway. Hop right back online, look for a hotel in that section. Somebody about to let me in because I'm not gonna be here this weekend, and that's what I do. But I work so hard, I feel like I deserve that. I got contracts ready to go. I mean, I'm talking about a shitload of contracts ready to go. I'm more excited than ever. That's why I say I made more money during this whole Corona situation than ever before. I personally don't. I told people that I think that Corona be over by, what was it, June? I said, yeah, I said June. I was on Facebook Live. I say, well, I think Corona be over by June. I think everything will be back operable by June. But now I think about it, I'm not sure if we won't go the rest of the year with certain cases. It may be lower cases, but I think we're probably going to have certain cases here and there, perhaps through the rest of the year. Now, businesses is going to, so what you're going to do? Businesses, your state is back open now. Everything is back operable. What you're going to do? You're going to let Corona scare you? No, you better hop out there head first, put your mask on. I got a shitload of them, right? My employees, we order them. I got Germ-X on the door. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You're not going to get nowhere sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. Now, I get it. You're forced to sit at home now, right? You can't do too much. Nothing is probably open in your area, but it's something that you can do. When you don't have money, you have to create it one way or another. Somebody hit me up on Facebook. They say, Fabio, all you talk about is money. All you talk about is money. You Illuminati. All you talk about is money. All I talk about is money? The hell you mean? Money is what make everything move. Your best friend don't want to take you to the market without $10 for gas. Your grandma, she don't even want to watch her grandbaby. She love them to death. But she going to tell you, hey, look, I need, some babysitting money. I'll watch them, but I need some money. So what you mean? Hell, you got to buy water. They send a water supply. They shutting off water and don't drink the water here, don't drink water there. Right? You got to pay for water. You get sick, you got to copay for your medication. You driving your vehicle, you got to fill it up with gas. What do you mean? Fabio, all you talk about is money. But that's a broke person's mentality. What you think Bill Gates and them talk about, right? That's a broke person mentality. And Fabio, you Illuminati, all you talk about is money. Again, guys, like I say, I put myself in a situation. It don't always go my way. I don't get on here and hop and tell you guys every little failure that I have. I feel like that's negative energy for me. Most entrepreneurs don't talk about their failure. You see them in the news. They say, well, hey, what happened when you lost this deal? And they say, well, it wasn't a good deal to start with. I don't really so much want to go into the deal, because I got this big deal coming around. You're going to hear about it in the next 6 months. It's a phenomenal deal. Or I got this book coming out. They immediately divert the conversation to something positive. They don't even really want to so much talk about the negative stuff, right? Because it feels like poison in an entrepreneur's mind. Like, why we got to talk about this? Like, it didn't go, we keep it moving. That's the same way I need you guys to be. Don't worry about the negative. Don't worry about what the naysayers say. Try it. Make it work. Get yourself visibility. Do what you can do. Don't worry about what you can't do. You can't control it anyway. You only can control self. So if you can only control self, that means you can only control what you can do. What the mind can't conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, only if you take action. What the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, only if you take action. Execution is king. Execution is king. So again, guys, I mean, like I said, we at a point now, the emails is coming through. I'm at a point now where the questions is getting redundant, right? People asking me the same questions. We just divert them back to I tell Jasmine, just divert them back to the videos. Tell them watch video such and such if you know the videos, or tell them we got a video on that topic. Divert them back to the videos, because they're letting me know they either haven't seen the video, or they seen the video but they didn't take any notes from the video. They weren't really listening at the video. So they say, well, let me ask Fabio. You got to get creative. So I'm here to entertain any questions that you guys have before I get off here. This wasn't meant to be a very, very long live. Let's get those likes up, guys. Come on now. Come on. Let's get those likes up. Let's help this video become discoverable. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have all of this super chat and this money. I don't bombard you guys for that. All I ask is just to like and share the videos. If you're watching me and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Let me see what we got here. CEO Savage, we spoke on the phone before. Awesome. Let me see. To be interested in demo of my software. It will work with what you already do. Okay. You could send it over, you know. I perhaps could take a look at it and see. Okay, she said, caught you live. How's it going, Fab? It's awesome. It's phenomenal. You know, it's phenomenal. I can't find a Ryobi anywhere. Oh, yeah, because it's so cheap, right? It's like $100 for them. I don't know. You might could utilize what one of my coaching students did. You can maybe see if another state might have it, another store. Like if you look online, maybe a neighboring state. I don't know, another county or something where you can go and drive to get it, or you can contact another store and see if it could be like shipped. Because see, one thing sometimes on the internet it'll say this is in stock, and they just haven't updated their online inventory, right? So on the internet it shows it's in stock, but you might have to give them a call to make sure that they actually have whatever the item is before you go ahead and put an order in, because you can put an order in and then they'll send you an email and say, oh, it's out of stock, it's on back order. We can either refund your money or we'll let you know when it becomes available and whatever. So I'm going to be marketing fogging service for residential. Excellent. You're going to make a lot of money. I'm telling you, you're going to make a lot of money. Yes, you're going to make a lot of money. I don't know how many calls we got when people, their parents or a sibling or somebody contracted COVID. They're in the hospital, so they call a company like ours and they say, hey, yes, you guys do sanitation. They call it sanitation. Like, yes, we do. We disinfecting. We fog. Yes. How can we help you? Yes. Well, I have a son. He has COVID. He's in the hospital now. He's due to get out in a couple weeks. I was wondering if I could set something up where you guys could come and fog the house, or some people call it spray the house down, so we can kill COVID. So by the time my son come home, my wife come home, whatever the case is, you're gonna make a killing. You're gonna make a killing, especially if you have a nice little ad going. And I would tell you, like I probably told you before. I'm not sure if I have, but if you use Facebook sponsor ads, you'll kill the game. Now it's not gonna happen overnight. Okay, I don't want to make it seem like soon as you advertise this on Facebook, you're just gonna make buku money. I'm not saying that. It's gonna take time. You got to build traction, right? But you got to keep the ad going. You got to give it time to work. People got to see it. Okay, and that's where a lot of people go wrong. A lot of people get their ad viewed. They might get their ad some comments on there, but they're not making the conversion, right? It's not converting to money. They're not getting the calls. And they can have a nice little flyer, little ad, nice little video, whatever they're doing. It's not the video, it's not the flyer that they have, right? It's not the verbiage. It's just people got to see it. It's got to circulate enough eyeballs. People got to see it. So you keep running it for a while. And that's where a lot of people think, oh, my ad is messed up. No, you probably got a great ad. My video is messed up. No, you probably got a great video. But you got to give it time to circulate. Give it time to circulate. So, but you do well. You'll do well. You're fogging residential homes, because again, they're some of the easiest people to sell because they're scared as fuck right now about this COVID thing. And they've been wiping down their house every single day. Yeah, I've talked to homeowners. They say, hey, we wipe it down every day. We use whatever they use, disinfectant or whatever the case is, and they wipe it down every day. But if you can sell to them why it's important to, disinfect, with the fogger, if you can convey your message well, you'll be able to sell those accounts. And perhaps maybe, pick them up as a once a month for disinfecting. It's nothing wrong with that, right? That's a nice little money you can do it once a month. And maybe you're able to sell them on reoccurring cleaning at the home. You don't even have to do it. See, when I do the cleaning jobs, because I'm really not into the homes like that, guys. So when I do the cleaning jobs, I like to do it bi-weekly. I like to offer where we say, hey, we'll clean it, once every 2 weeks. I'm not here to beat your pocketbook up or beat your wallet up. Here, how about we could do this, twice a month, bi-weekly. Because I'm really not that big on the homes, right? I have one of my people go in, they clean it up, top to bottom, do what we do. We charge them a pretty nice check for it, twice a month. And it sounds fair to them. They say, yeah, well, I don't have a lot of money to do this. And if I could do it twice a month and this and that, some people might say, well, I want it once a week, right? So you just take the once a week. You only go in there, send an employee in there once a week. You do a great job. You go back next week. Okay? So again, you guys got to be relentless behind it, but you got to want it. You got to want it. Like Eric Thomas said, you got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You got to want it. But not only want it, you have to execute. That's where a lot of people mess up. We want a lot of things, but we don't execute. Okay? So let me see what else we have here. Right. Keep seeing the same ad for the product. Right. I mean, it's no different than when McDonald's or Burger King, they advertise a burger. We don't go in and get the burger the first time. We don't go and get the burger the first time. But they go and catch you on one of those nights that they were advertising the burger. If they just advertise it the first time or for the first week, first 30 days, you might say, man, the hell with that burger. But if they do a 6-month campaign or they do a 90-day campaign, they might catch you on one of them days you don't feel like cooking. And you say, you know what, this burger look good as hell. I'm about to go and get this burger today. I'm about to try it out. They say it's bigger than a Big Mac and all of that. It's the stuff. I'm about to go and try this burger. And then you go and try it. But you wouldn't have had the opportunity to try it if they only advertised it on television for 1 week. Because the ad was cut too soon. Okay, so again, repetition is key too. I mean, you got to be able to keep doing it. Got to keep doing it. That's why I say you should have a budget allocated for it. That's why I talk to the people on my coaching. I tell them, hey, you guys got to have cash flow. I'm not trying to be in you guys' pocket, but how much do you have cash flow? Give me an estimate. You ain't have to tell me right. Well, I don't have a cash flow, Fabi. Well, we got to work on getting you a cash flow. A lot of my people in my coaching, they making buku money. I give them this tip, that tip, and they say, I'm telling you, send me checks. They show me the little checks, and hey, Fabio, I got this contract. They show me the contract, the paperwork. They say, oh, I got this. Great. So they got them signed under contract. They're getting the check, but at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, they don't have a cash flow. So you don't have a cash flow. You might have to cut something. You might be overspending. Some things you may not need. You know, if you, Fabio, you don't need 2 cell phones. You might only need 1, right? So you let 1 cell phone go, save. Right? Or whatever the case is, you might have to cut back, is essentially what I'm saying, because every business should have a cash flow, right? You should have what I like to call cash on deck. You can call it cash flow. You can call it whatever you want to, a rainy day fund, whatever you want to call it. But you should have some type of cash flow. You shouldn't have to wait a net 30 to net 30 or net 15 to net 15, because it's like having a job. You wait bi-weekly to get a paycheck. You got your paycheck today. Today is Friday. You get your paycheck today. So you don't get another one for another 2 weeks. So you got to make this money last for 2 weeks. I'm sorry for the glare, guys. The sun is behind me, so I'm trying to stay in the focus. But you got to make this check last for 2 weeks. When you have a business, it shouldn't be like that. Something is definitely wrong if you don't have money in the bank. Some people hit me up. They say, Fabio, do I need an office? I got money in the bank, and we talk about it. We break it down, and I say, no, you can't afford it. On paper, you can afford it. On paper, you can afford it. Like if you look at it and you say, okay, I got X amount of dollars, yes. But in reality, you can't afford it, because you don't have a big enough budget allocated for it, and you're going to wind up living almost paycheck to paycheck. So while you got this money now, I wouldn't use this money to get an office. I would continue to work out of home and continue to do what I do at home, and then build up towards an office. For those that, want to have an office, I just use that. Somebody didn't ask me that before. But again, guys, I know I ripped through you guys today, and I'm really, well, you know what? I don't apologize. I'm not apologizing today, because some people need to hear this. Everybody not going to grab it, and it's not for everybody. I do understand that the vast majority of the people that watch me only watch me for entertainment sakes. I get it. They're never going to even get up and then go register a DBA. They're never, and an EIN is free. They're not going to do that. So they live vicariously through other YouTubers or other people that's really doing it. So they think like, you know what, Fabio doing it, such and such is doing it, such and such is doing it, such and such is doing it. I could do it too. You could, but you're just not willing to do what such and such do, such and such do, such and such do, Fabio Hart do. You're not willing to go that. You're not willing to go that far. You guys have any questions before I go ahead and cut it short here? Keep saying the same ad for it. Yeah. Terrific. What's up, Fabio? My business name is Meaning When We Clean It Sanitation Service. I like that name, dude. I like that name. Is it Jarrell? No, thank you. I appreciate you for watching me, man. I'm glad I can inspire you, bro. Just keep going. Keep going. I know it seemed tough sometimes. I know it seemed like you're gonna have those days you feel like giving up. I'm trying to keep myself in, out the sun, guys, so you can see me. You're gonna have those days where you feel like giving up, man. Just keep going. Keep going. And if you ever need me, hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Just email me. But don't email me and waste my, I'm not suggesting that you would, but don't email me and waste my time. When you email me and I give you that energy, transmute that and make it work for you. Right? Do something with it and make it work. I guarantee if you keep at it, If you got to modify it, modify it. Because again, I don't know everything. So I might tell you something and you might do somewhat of what I say with a twist. You might find your own way to do it. That's you modifying it, and you just take it from there, right? That's why I say you run off on a plug twice, right? You take it from there. Let me see here. I'm training a new supervisor currently right now. The beginning of freedom. Yeah, train them at the highest level. Make sure that they know everything. Have a checklist available too when you train them. That makes it a lot easier for the employee, especially in the beginning. You have them follow the checklist. You can, do it part of your training, and then kind of let the checklist go. As you see that they caught on, or you could just make the checklist priority. You say, hey, this is what you have to do every single day. We got to sign off on it. We're using Orange QC checklist. Don't matter what checklist you use. Okay, it could be a software form. It could be, Orange QC. It could be whatever, whatever. Right? It doesn't matter what checklist. You just want to enforce it. Okay. You want to enforce it. You want to make sure every duty, everything that's supposed to be done is listed on that checklist. If indeed modification, then you modify it to whatever to the client's, for the client's building. Okay. Guys, have any more questions for me? You have any questions? If you guys need to reach me for any reason, you got a question about something, whatever the case is, something that I can help you with. I'm really, really busy, guys. So I would ask that you allow me at least 24 hours to get back because we got a lot going on. Jasmine, I even have her doing other things outside of the emails now. What would you recommend for a single business to do who doesn't have any cleaning experience? I could train people yet when I'm not knowledgeable in cleaning. Well, it's really simple. It's really simple because here's the deal. You're only training them based upon what the client wants you to do, right? So you can have no knowledge of commercial cleaning, no training whatsoever, but every building is different, right? So if they say we want this wiped down, we want that wiped down, we want this done, we want we want this done and that done, then all you have to do is do those wipe downs, right? And then as you do it enough, that's why I tell people this is for a residential. Okay, same way. You try yourself, you train yourself first, right? They show you what they need you to do. That's why you should have a checklist, right? You put a checklist together just for that particular client. Okay, so when you do put a body in there, eventually that should be your goal. You shouldn't be the one to have to do it all the time eventually, right? So you put a body in there, you have this checklist, and then you're able to train them effectively, right? Because you've been in the home for 30 days or 2 weeks or whatever the case is. So you've done it enough to know what to do. Okay, it no difference than working at McDonald's, right? When you don't know what to do, you never worked at fast food, you never did that. They put you on a training and they start you off on the grill, right? Then they move you to the register. And then they show you, how to do the buns. And then they show you whatever else, right? They show you, okay, so you don't get this all in one day. But step by step, they put you on different workstations, and then you eventually get it. You eventually know how to do that particular job at that particular station. So it's the same way. It's going to come through habit, through, repetition, through just working in the facility, working in the home. You train yourself, you do the job. Once you do the job and you're doing it effectively, right? You're not getting any complaints. They're not saying you left something out, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. You're following your checklist, which I would again suggest that you have. Then when you put a body in there, it's easy for you to train somebody because you've already been doing it, right? You haven't had any complaints. You've been following the checklist. You already know what to do. I kind of look blurry, guys. Please excuse me. But But that would be the best way that I would suggest you do it, because I mean that's the way that I would do it. You know, if I never been in somebody home before and they say, hey Fabio, we need you to do this and do this and do this, I'm gonna make notes of what they need me to do, try to formulate a checklist, right? Because ultimately this is going to be a part of my training when I go to train someone, right? Formulate a checklist, execute the job that they need done, right? Especially with residential people, because a lot of times they can be real picky. So you want to know the specifics. You want to know, so you want me to do this, but you don't want me to do this, right? And you want to make a note of that, right? Because you don't want to mess with something that they tell you or that they told you not to mess with. You don't want to mess with, because again, you know, homeowners, people are a little bit different than businesses, or residential a lot different than businesses. Business is not really so much over your shoulder as much as homeowners. But if you go in there and you do exactly what they train you to do, what they tell you we want you to do, you shouldn't have any problems, to be honest. Any more questions, guys? Let's get the likes up, guys. You guys are just not rocking with me like you used to, huh? I guess you say you don't get on here enough to rock with them heavy, huh? You know, guys, you know I love you, right? We're family here, but you know, every family sometimes we got to have arguments, and this is our argument today. Because I don't care if you like me or you don't like me, or I'm your favorite YouTube guy on Commercial Cleaner, or I'm not. When you watch me, I genuinely want to see you guys win. I genuinely do. I have nothing to gain from you not winning. I don't care where you're at. You don't have to like me. I don't have to be your favorite. I still want to see you win, because there's enough money for all of us out here. But you just have to be creative. You have to be creative, and you got to take action. Execution is key. Execution is king. You guys have any more questions for me? Again, guys, if you need to reach me on Instagram, is Clean Up the Cash, just like it sounds, Clean Up the Cash. Okay. I'm not on it as much. I deleted all of the posts because I want to start posting fresh. I want to start fresh. But if you want to be on the Instagram, then it's Clean Up the Cash. My Facebooks I have deactivated now, but I have 3 Facebook accounts, and they're all at 5,000 friends. 5,000 friends. Yeah, I mean, it goes pretty fast. So if you're able to request me on Facebook, and you don't get added right away, don't freak out. It's just once somebody delete me, which inevitably happens, then I'll add you guys. But right now I'm stuck at 5,000 on all 3 Facebook accounts. So, and that's training within itself, because I go live a lot over there. So I give a lot of valuable information, even outside of cleaning, different things that I'm indulged in, or whatever the case is. So, yeah. But if you guys have any more questions, I'd love to entertain them. And lastly, if you guys need to reach me, you know, via email, it is hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Hollywood Janitorial Serve. Serve is SERV at gmail.com. Hollywood Janitorial Serve, SERV at gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to entertain whatever you guys got going on. For my people that's looking for foggers, just be creative, guys. A lot of foggers are on back order. I know the Halo is sold out. I'm looking to purchase some more, so I'm waiting for some myself. I've already bought quite a few, and they're pretty expensive. The Ryobi is a popular one, but they're selling like hotcakes. So again, try to find it in a neighboring store. maybe a neighboring county, see if they have it. If it's not in your county or a town that's like next to your town, you can find it at like Lowe's or Home Depot. Usually I will call them, ask for it, ask about it directly over the phone, have them check to see if they have it, and then I would instantly get off the phone and go get it. Okay. Online, it could be a wait online. So if you can go in store to get it, I feel like that'd be better if they have it. Okay. If not, you could try other stores outside of your state and see if they'll ship it. You can say, hey, can I pay for it like over the phone, or what do I need to do to get this, because I really need this. So I mean, it's worth a shot. Like I had a person in my coaching, like I say, they needed a fogger. It wasn't in their area. I don't know what made them look in Michigan, but they contact me, email me, and say, hey Fabio, is this city close to your city where you're at? And I'm like, about a good 40 minutes. Okay, do you mind doing me a favor? If I send you the money, can you buy this fogger for me? And I'm like, sure, why not? And then will you ship it to me? Like when you get it, can you ship it to me? I said, sure. They're like, I'll cover the shipping costs. I said, great. I said, yeah, I don't mind doing it. I made the phone call. They had it. I drove out and got it. Took a picture of it, showed them that I had it, and I'll be shipping it out to them, which I've already shipped it to them. But that was something creative. If you guys got family in another state, like cousins, aunts, uncles, grandma, you can do the same with them, right? Like if they're in Arizona or whatever, you can kind of like try to check other stores in other states. This is just me thinking outside of the box, kind of like how this person did. See if they can go and get, let's say, the Ryobi for an example. So if your store don't have it, but you see it's available in Arizona or California or wherever, then you can call your cousin in Chicago, your cousin in Ohio, and say, hey, I called this store. It's on this street. You're in Cincinnati. The store is in Cincinnati, or the Lowe's is in Cincinnati, Home Depot in Cincinnati. Would you do me a favor? Can you go and get this and then ship it to me? Right? It don't hurt to try, right? And you can cash out them money, however, send it to them, however you decide to do it, and they can go do it, or they can use their money. You can pay them back. You can, however you guys set it up. But just tell them you need it, and hey, you made the call. They say that it was in stock. If you can get them to pull one off the floor for you, you have them do that. This is just being creative, guys, because we don't know when it'll be available in your area. Okay. Okay, well, it doesn't look like you guys have many questions. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. It was a great live. Sorry I had to chew you guys out. I'm really not sorry, but I feel like you guys deserve it, right? And you guys know you deserve it, right? So we family, but until next time, the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Make sure if you guys need me, then make sure you email me, HollywoodJanitorialServe@gmail.com. HollywoodJanitorialServe@gmail.com. Serve is SERV. Take care. I started a cleaning service. I need you. Oh, okay. I started a cleaning service. I need. What's up? These? Is it These? Thesey? I'm not sure if I said that right. Excuse me if I butchered your name. Sorry about that. Um, you say you need me. What could I do for you? I'm so sorry for this glare, guys. I'm trying to block out the sun here. You say you need me. What could I do for you? Is it Thesey? Rosario? What could I do for you, Rosario? Or would you like to email me? If you need to email me, it's hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Serve is SERV. hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. SERV. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Just go ahead and email me, Rosario, whatever you got going or whatever you need help with. Love to entertain it. I'll check you guys out on my next live or my next video. Take care.